Hi, and welcome to Council Recap, where we take the content of the City Council meetings and give you the breakdown. I'm Cedric Welton. Let's get started. In this council meeting, we open with a presentation on the Autism Awareness for First Responders program, also known as Hawthorne SNAP, given by Sergeant Jerome of HPD. Sergeant Jerome introduced a sticker that would be used for this program by identifying homes with residents with special needs. The initiative is meant to help our law enforcement better respond and help residents with special needs. The program is set to launch on April 12th. Next was a presentation on the South Bay Workforce Investment Board, Assisting the Unhoused, given by Executive Director of the South Bay Workforce Investment Board, Jan Vogel. He spoke about the various programs the board offers to aid misplaced individuals in search of housing, employment, or re-entering the workforce. And our last presentation was this month's Good Neighbor Award, presented by HR Director Erica Lampkin. This month's recipient was Paulo Sala, whom is a jailer with HPD and one of the most senior employees within the city since 1999. There were 3 resolutions this week. Resolution number 8511, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, approving Amendment number 1 to the Joint Exercise of Powers Agreement for the Hawthorne Public Financing Authority. Next, resolution number 8512, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, approving a consultant agreement for citywide parking study with Kimley Horn and Associates. This study will identify and recommend changes to the city's on- and off-street parking regulations for residential areas and commercial corridors. And last, resolution number 8513, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, approving the Second Amendment to the City Manager Employment Agreement between the City of Hawthorne and City Manager Vontre Norris. City Manager Norris was commended for his excellent leadership in the city, and his agreement was approved until 2030. Next, in the Parking Authority portion of the meeting, Council approved Resolution number 74, a resolution of the Parking Authority of the City of Hawthorne, California, approving Amendment number 1 to the Joint Exercise of Powers Agreement for the Hawthorne Public Financing Authority. Then, in the Successor Agency portion of the meeting, Council approved Resolution number 2025-01 of the Successor Agency to the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Hawthorne, authorizing the issuance and sale by the Successor Agency of tax allocation, refunding bonds, and taking related actions. There was one ordinance this week, Ordinance number 2255, in its second reading, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, amending Section 12.31.010 of Chapter 12.31 to Title 12 of the Hawthorne Municipal Code, and making a finding of exemption and compliance with CEQA in connection therewith was adopted. This ordinance prohibits waste dumping on streets, sidewalks, and public right-of-ways, and increases the potential penalties in accordance with the law. In the next portion of the meeting, Council opened up for bids for project number 25-09, the Hawthorne Police Department Roof Replacement Project. Council voted to send the bids to staff for further recommendations. There were 8 items on the City Manager consent calendar this week which saw the approval of the following. Progress payment number 1 for project number 24-03 in the amount of $780,491.54 due to PCN3 Incorporated of Los Alamitos, California for the City of Hawthorne Senior Center. Next, Council approved progress payment number 4 for project number 21-03 in the amount of $1,455,394.05 due to Sequel Contractors Incorporated of Santa Fe Springs, California for the 120th Street improvements, Crenshaw Boulevard to Felton Avenue, Phase 2. Then, Council approved a grant of easement to Southern California Edison Company to develop an additional electrical supply system needed for the City Hall expansion and underground parking structure. Council also approved an agreement between the City of Hawthorne and DTA to perform development impact fee study. Following, Finance Director Felice Lopez gave a presentation on the mid-year financial report for the fiscal year of 2024 to 2025. The report was discussed, reviewed, and approved. Next, Council approved the First Amendment to the Consultant Agreement for Design Services between the City of Hawthorne and Rana Alomar Architect Incorporated, DBA RADA. Council also approved the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program, award a special administrative fee funding for small area fair market rents implementation. And lastly, from the consent calendar this week, Council approved the Hawthorne Commercial Facade Program funded by the Community Development Block Grant. There was one item in the City Attorney's consent calendar this week which saw a claim be denied. In the discussion action items portion of the meeting, Council voted to waive the city fee of $1,017 for the Los Angeles Sparks basketball clinic set to take place in July. Council did hold a closed session where a report was provided but no action was taken. That's all for the meeting this week. Thank you for joining us for Council Recap. Remember, you can watch City Council meetings in their entirety by going to www.youtube.com and searching for Hawthorne Community Television. See you next time.